Okay, we have everybody out there this afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Dskins, and that is a live look out at the beach right now. And it's not a beach day out there anymore now, for sure. Wind have really picked up, gusting into the 30s. We call that, with that sand blowing, it's called exfoliation.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I made it up myself. It's an old one. So, you start off with dad jokes. That's a good thing. Let's start with the cold weather this week, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. Obviously, temperatures are chilly out there now, and the temp has been actually falling through the afternoon, and we're now into the upper 50s for just about everybody. Look at that wind out of the northwest at 14. We've seen higher gusts as well, of course. Dew points dropping, the dry air is coming in. Northern Pinellas, Hillsborough in the upper 50s. Southern Pinellas, Hillsborough, well, not much warmer. 61 in Sun City Center and St. Pete, 60 in Clearwater. We do have 65 right now in Venice, but the cold air is coming that far south, and mid-50s right now in Brooksville and Crystal River. Now, with the wind that we have, obviously you're getting colder air moving southward, but the wind's mixing it up. So we're not going to see a big temperature difference between one place versus the other, just a little bit warmer the further south you go. That wind will stay with us through the overnight hours and then gradually start to come down during the day tomorrow. So right now we've got sustained winds in Tampa at 15. With the last hour we've seen a gust of 28, but we've seen gusts 29 in St. Pete and Clearwater, 31 in Sarasota, 30 in Venice, gust of 32 this past hour in Lakeland, 31 in Brooksville, 25 out in Sebring. So here's the wind forecast, and this is kind of the steady wind, the sustained wind, and you can see it pretty much stays up. What's important to note is this: tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 10, 15 mile per hour winds, while it's cold at the same time. So what that does is starts messing with our feels like temperature, right? It's going to feel cold. So right now, the feels like temperatures aren't much different than the air temperature, upper 50s to near 60 degrees. But tonight, when we're in the upper 30s, mainly low 40s for most locations, and you add that wind on top of it, 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, especially before the sun comes up, I mean, it's going to feel like about 30 degrees or so. So we have wind chill advisories, not for everybody. Remember, the wind's coming out of the north and the west, so it's actually a little bit warmer right here along the coast because the water's in the low 60s, which will cool, by the way, this weekend. But you can see inland Pasco, which is just about all of Pasco except for east of 19, really. Most of northern Hillsborough, you get towards Oldsmar, you're right on the line. You get up towards Odessa, you have the wind chill advisory. You can see all of eastern Hillsborough has it, all of Polk, all of Hardy, all of Highlands County. Now, this doesn't just stop at the county line. It just means this is kind of the area where we'll see the coldest wind chills. So keep that in mind. Those areas will have some of the coldest numbers as far as temperatures go. Outside of here, we will have some cold numbers here. It's just that a lot of that will come off the water a little bit to keep it slightly warmer. Now, clouds. Rain is out of here. We're done. Tornado warning this morning up into northern Pinellas County. But you can see what's left over now is just these low clouds. That's actually a symptom of the cold air moving over the relatively warmer Gulf waters. And that's what happens around here this time of year. When you get a good cold front, a cold one, relatively warm waters, it makes that air rise, makes low clouds, and they get blown right over top of us. So tonight's planner just steadily falling from here on. It's been falling since about 11 o'clock this morning, almost noon. And that will continue through about sunrise tomorrow morning, down into the low to mid 40s with quite a few clouds around. These are the wake-up temperatures for your Saturday morning. Mid 40s, some upper 40s right at the coast. Upper 30s, Polk County, mid 30s, especially northern Hernando and Citrus County. Just above the freezing mark. We don't have any freeze issues, I don't think, for tonight, but this is very cold numbers. Now look, this is with wind. So I'm not concerned as much about frost tomorrow morning because the wind will mix up the atmosphere, and what's called deposition, when that moisture drops out and lands on the leaf. You can have 36 degrees at the temperature sensor, which is taken off the ground, but heavier on light winds, very light wind, the colder air will sink to the bottom, so you'll measure 36 up here, but you'll have 32 down here, and that moisture will deposit onto the plants, and that'll cause frost. That's just as bad as freezing temperatures, if not worse, for some plants. So that's something that we'll watch for Sunday morning, I think even Monday morning as well, but not tomorrow morning. So we'll have that breeze in the morning. Here's a look at the winds through tomorrow morning. You still see them up, gusting in the 20s, sustain in the teens. But as we go through the day tomorrow, I mean, most of tomorrow is going to be breezy, but tomorrow night into Sunday morning, the winds drop off. Now look, a little bit of wind left over Sunday morning, but not a lot. So that's why I think there'll be some protected areas. We will get some frost. We'll be near freezing anyways. We have freeze watches in effect. I'll go over that. And then look at Monday morning. Let me back up here a little bit. This is around sunrise. Very light winds again. So that's why I say Monday morning has a shot at seeing some frost as well too. So forecast, cold weekend, 53 to 55 for Saturday after starting in the low to mid 40s. 71 is average for this time of the year. Nowhere near that. Boating, small craft advisories, it's going to be windy. 25 knots, some higher gusts. Those winds will come down slowly throughout the day, but it's going to be very, very bumpy. 55 for a high on Saturday, 39 Sunday morning. So Saturday night and Sunday morning is the coldest. And then we're going to warm a little bit for Sunday afternoon, even with sunshine. We'll be up about 60 degrees for a daytime high. Now, here's the cold numbers. This is Sunday morning. Areas of frost likely for many areas along and east of I-75. Lakewood Ranch, it'll be close, but certainly Hillsborough, Polk County, and northward, watch for some frost, especially away from the water. 29 for a low in Crystal River, 31 in Brooksville, 30 in Dade City. Kumquat Festival's coming up. It's going to be chilly. Farmers, strawberry farmers, they're actually starting to come to market now. But what's left out there will get sweet because of these numbers. They're going to have to watch that. Now, as a result of those cold numbers for lows Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, we have freeze watches for most of Pasco, except right into the coast. All of Hernando, all of Citrus, and even Sumter County as well, too, right? This will likely go over to a warning. I do expect temperatures in these areas to be just below freezing. Monday morning, let's talk about that. After a cool day, only at 60 on Sunday, Sunday night gets cold into Monday morning. Most areas, Hernando and Citrus, still just below freezing. Dade City and Pasco, still about 31 degrees. 34 in Land O'Lakes, 36 in Newport Richey. If you see your town here and you've got a 36 or less, you could get frost. And even Mulberry and Bartow, I'd still be watching it, because that's the actual temperature sensor. We could get a little slightly cooler at the immediate surface. Temperatures will warm up. I mean, look, hey guys, it's Florida. It's not going to last long, right? So we have the cold Saturday, a slightly warmer Sunday, and then mid-60s on Monday. And yes, of course, because it's Florida, close to 80 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we got another cold front coming in Friday night and the Saturday, I think. Children's Parade right now, I think looks okay. The European model has a weak front coming through Friday, which will get the rain out of here just in time for Saturday, which will make it actually very comfortable for Children's Gasparilla. Bucks game looks fantastic, falling down out of the low 60s into the upper 50s during the game, and it will be dry all of the way through. There's 7-day forecast. Yeah, cold weekend coming up. Christmas weekend, remember that? That was a really cold one. We were in the 40s for highs on Christmas and Christmas Eve that weekend. So not quite as cold as that. The freezes won't come as far south as they did, but it is going to be a chilly weekend out there for Florida-wise. Okay, guys, I'll be checking all the questions down there. See if you got any comments or anything like that. I'll check them out for you. Don't forget to follow us on 10 Tampa Bay, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. You've got my YouTube page too, Bobby Dskins Weather. Bobby WTSP is my Twitter handle, all that good stuff. We'll be on at 5 o'clock tonight with the latest forecast numbers. We got some coming in now. Shouldn't be too much of a change from what I just showed you, but we're kind of looking at that 39-degree mark for Tampa on Sunday morning. It's going to be a chilly one. Okay, guys, that's it. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm out there.